So Jon Jones continues to duck Tom Aspinall, or so it appears. It may be a WWE work here. It might just be playing it up for promotion. Let's get into it in this video. We're going to talk about the two sides of this. Either way, Jon Jones is either going to ruin his legacy this media week, or he's going to cement the fact that this Tom Aspinall fight could be the biggest fight of all time. Dana White, speaking to Jim Rome today, said that if Jon Jones wants to fight again after Saturday, he will fight Tom Aspinall. Dana is laying down the law. Jon Jones seems to be a little wishy-washy on what's going to happen after Saturday night. So, Jon Jones spoke to the media. He's been talking about how he wants to fight Alex Pereira. He wants to fight Jamal Hill. He wants to fight Derek Lewis in fun, random fights and give up the belt and be the nice guy. Take the high road and let Tom Aspinall do his thing while I have legacy fights that cement my legacy as the GOAT. Jamal Hill, bro? Really? Derek Lewis, bro? I mean, he's a knockout artist, but what are you talking about? These guys are not worth that. Alex Pereira is a big, popular figure right now. But come on, Tom Aspinall, if you beat him, a lot of people like me that aren't a big fan of Jon Jones and his legacy and what he's done in the sport, his criminal activity, the drug issues, I mean, what are you doing? If you have common sense, you know this guy is not really a nice guy. He's not really the GOAT of the sport. He's not really done very much. His last three fights at light heavyweight were Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos on 0 legs, and did not beat Dominic Reyes. Come on now, let's be serious. If you have common sense, for all the Jon Jones fans out there, you can appreciate the fight style, but come on, this guy is not doing what it needs to be done in terms of being a professional athlete. He's not being a good guy. He's taking advantage. He's a narcissistic egomaniac, or so it appears. Here's Jon Jones speaking to the media about Tom Aspinall again yesterday. Come on now, calling him an asshole. I don't know, I tend to lean towards this being more of a work, more of playing it up for promotion. Take a listen for yourself.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying, but he's just an asshole. You know, with his you know, he's 30, so he's from this influencer generation where you hop online and the t-shirt sales and all that.
So again, this is WWE promotion. You put it out there that you are not going to fight. You are absolutely not going to fight Tom Aspinall. He's just this, he's just that, he's an asshole, he just wants this. Well, Jon Jones, you're on Twitter all the time, buddy. Let's take you back to 2021 when Ngannou knocked out Stipe and Jon Jones was looking for a fight. He said, just please cut me already. You would rather have me around and treat me like shit. I swear the UFC industry has been nothing but depressing for me. I feel like my wings are being clipped. Just fucking let me go. This is what Jon Jones was crying about on social media. So to say that Tom Aspinall is just trying and crying and whining on social media, come on now, let's be honest. What are we doing here? So we also had this little bit. This, again, makes me lean towards maybe they're just building up to something. Take a look for yourself. Here he's going to be sitting down with TNT Sports' Adam Catterall, who happens to be from England where Tom is and happens to have a similar accent to Tom Aspinall. He's going to sit down and do an interview with him. Take a look.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Guys, doing well.
You okay?
Doing well.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right.
Good. Good. Have a seat, sir. Tell us.
I can't call you guys in, but
Hey, I'm not gonna do this interview. You don't want to do it? No, because it's gonna be an Aspinall fest. I'm not gonna. Let's go.
I'm not going to do it. It's going to be an Aspinall fest. But yet you got on camera, yet you almost sat down. You shook hands with the guy. You got seated for just a half a second, and then you stood back up. You got on camera on purpose, if I had to say so myself. That's what it looks like to me. But again, you guys take from this what you will. And again, if he does not call Tom Aspinall into the cage after winning against Stipe, hypothetically, on Saturday, this is some of the most damaging things that he can do to his legacy by saying all this. But if he fights Tom Aspinall, the build up to it with all these clips, all this audio, it's going to be fantastic. Alex Volkanovski, one of the GOATs of featherweight, speaks on this, telling a little bit of truth here.
I'm sure Jon Jones is sick of hearing this, but the Tom Aspinall fight is the fight everyone wants to see. You want to be a heavyweight champion, you want to claim that crown, it's going to be hard to convince me you're a defending champ if you don't fight Tom Aspinall while he's the interim champ.
If you're going to say that you're the greatest heavyweight, you got to beat more than just a guy who has no takedown defense. And again, I hope Stipe wins. I'm rooting for Stipe, but I just beat an old guy. So you beat some guy with no takedown defense and an old man. Are you really the heavyweight GOAT? Not really. Come on, let's be honest, not really. John Jones saying, I'm not gambling my legacy for what's exciting. I want legends on my resume. John, Tom Aspinall says, if you're not into gambling your legacy, that sounds like you're scared to lose to me. It's the truth, man. Tom Aspinall says it one more time. He's been saying it, and I tend to agree with him.
There's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire John Jones without even fighting him.
That's one of the best lines you'll ever hear. He's going to retire him without even fighting him. But if they fight, all these sound bites are going to be perfect for some WWE build-up that all the casuals buy into. They could put this at Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders Stadium, for all I care if the build-up is going to be this good. So, let's see what Dana White had to say, more specifically after all this is played out, after all this hullabaloo going on fight week. What does Dana White have to say to a real journalist, a real radio talk show interviewer, Jim Rome? He's bigger than Dana White. He's bigger than just the UFC. He's not one of these journalists that's going to throw softball questions at Dana or John Jones. He's going to ask the tough questions directly to Dana White. So let's hear what Jim Rome had to say on his show regarding the Dana White, Tom Aspinall, John Jones situation.
John, when he was 23 years old, became the youngest champion ever. Somebody gave him the opportunity for greatness. And I think John will eventually come back and face Tom Aspinall. But
John Jones had to fight all those legends. Rampage, Rashad, Shogun, Lyoto Machida. He had to fight all these guys. But they all had to say yes to fighting him. They were all older. They all had better resumes. They all had legendary status already. They had to drop down that ladder for the next guy to come up and ascend. I'm going to be a badass. I'm going to take the fight. I'm going to go out on my shield. That's what those guys did back in the day. John Jones is not saying that he will do that for Tom Aspinall. Dana White, though, in this clip, he's going to lay down the law here.
if he decides Saturday night, that's it, it's over, it's his right to make that decision. What this guy's accomplished, nobody else has even come close to accomplishing.
Now that is where I argue, but he does. If he wants to retire, that's it. He's going to ruin his legacy with all this mess that he said and mess that he's talked this week. But if he retires, whatever, man. See you later, John Jones. You're not my GOAT, but whatever, dude.
And he's the greatest of all time, so we'll see.
Dana White joining us. Dana, bottom line, is he ducking Aspinall?
Jim Rome asking the direct questions, the questions that we all need to hear, the questions that we all want answered. Good on him.
For anybody to say he's ducking anybody, John Jones is like 37, 38 years old. He's fought everybody. He's fought all the best in the world in their prime. Been doing it since he was 23 years old. He doesn't duck any. And he's undefeated. He's never lost a fight, which is unbelievable in like 16 years.
All right, fair enough. Why do you think he does not want to fight him? Like, for instance, before you answer that, he actually gave a reason, Dana. His reason is he doesn't want to do business with Aspinall, quote, he's just an a-hole, bro. If you had a little bit more respect, maybe we could have worked something out. I mean, is that how it is, Dana? Is it because he's an a-hole and he disrespected John?
That is classic John Jones right there. Classic John Jones. John will do what he does on Saturday. If he wins, like I said, he'll disappear for a while, and then that, the competitive spirit will start bubbling up again, and then money will talk. And if he doesn't decide to retire, he absolutely, positively fights Aspinall.
Absolutely going to fight Tom Aspinall, not Alex Pereira. Out of the question. It's going to have to be Tom Aspinall. There you have it. From Dana White, from the horse's mouth, from the man who makes the laws. What do you guys think about all this? Do you think it's a work? Do you think it's real? Will he ruin his legacy if he retires and gets out of there? Or will he create one of the most fun build-ups to a fight against Tom Aspinall? Probably one of the best heavyweight fights we can ever make. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.